want to go to Chauncey with capital B Atlanta. And I pulled up an article here that you wrote in August of this year about Mayor Dickens. The first line, tackling income inequality and building another 10,000 affordable housing units are two of Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens' goals for his second term in office. Obviously, right now we're in the middle of a government shutdown. There was a recent AJC poll that showed top of mind of both voters was the cost of living. How important is it for voters when it comes to affordable housing? And what are you seeing Mayor Dickens in that sphere? How is he trying to tackle that?
So affordability is the name of the game right now across the country and in Metro Atlanta. We're seeing a lot of folks who are being impacted by the cuts to SNAP and the government shutdown. Mayor Dickens, when he was on city council, was viewed as progressive. A lot of folks in the more progressive community in the city had kind of view him as, some of them view him as kind of betraying them on issues like Cop City and other things that they feel more strongly about. However, amongst the rank and file Democrats, which most of Atlanta is a predominantly Democratic city, obviously. He's very popular. He's charismatic, a good-looking guy. He's perceived as, the kind of a standard bearer for the Democratic Party in the state of Georgia. And so, there's a lot of folks, I remember reporting on this a couple months ago, everybody had all these criticisms for the mayor, especially the Stop Cop City folks.
I was going to say that, and that could have been a nail in the coffin technically, but I mean, he kind of really soared right over that.
None of them were willing to go against him.
Yeah.
And, it takes time to build a campaign. And, you're coming up all the way to August, now your qualifying period, it's pretty much too late. So that's kind of how it went.
Let's talk about the future here a little bit. We're talking about Mayor Andre Dickens now. He's running for a second term. Again, we do not know what the results of tonight's election are going to be, but most signs, most strategists agree, Republicans, Democrats, that Mayor Dickens is in a strong position to win re-election tonight. If that does happen, he serves a second term. Fal, what does the future, the political future for Mayor Andre Dickens look like for 8 years down the line?
Yeah, I mean, I think all doors are open for him at that point. I mean, if he, we have some really big tests for the city of Atlanta coming up, World Cup coming here. I think if he continues to show the leadership that he's been showing and gaining the momentum that he's been gaining, I think that he could have his pick of what he wanted to do on the next level.
Spiro, from a Republican's perspective, do you agree with that analysis? Do you think does your party look at somebody like Andre Dickens as an emerging figure on the Democratic side?
Sure. I mean, I think when you look at where the city was, 4 years ago, and where it is now, I mean, I think particularly from a public safety standpoint, there's no doubt, that it's in a much better place now than it was then. And his stance on the Public Safety Training Center, took courage, frankly. So from that standpoint, if he gets reelected, has a good second term, as Fal said, and there could be a number of opportunities that present themselves. We don't know what's going to happen with the presidential election, in 2 years. So, there could be a congressional seat, could be U.S. Senate, could be an appointment somewhere. So I would say he would be on the short list for something like that.
And things have obviously changed since 4 years ago. You had COVID, you had protests and demonstrations from George Floyd, but a lot of analysts also point to the fact that Mayor Dickens, although he is a very strong Democrat, has maintained that relationship with Governor Brian Kemp, who's a very popular governor as well. So